always been selfish. He's always leaving his family. He's always like, he only cares really about himself. Like, to me, I don't see that sensitive side to him. So I don't see why Penelope's in love with him.
And I think that's also an issue. Like some of the book readers will be like, read the book. But no, reading the book should add to your experience, add to the universe, expand and develop our connection to the character. Dearest gentle reader. You want to get to...
Welcome back to Phantom Roamer Cafe. I'm not going to do the British accent.
No, I'm not. I can't even try. But welcome back, guys. It's been a really long time coming. It's been almost a month since we posted our last episode. I apologize. That is my fault.
Yeah, guys. She was in Paris.
Yes.
And she got to do something amazing.
Yeah, I last minute got to see Taylor, Paris Night 1. If you know, you know. New change in set list. Yeah, it was
this lucky bitch.
That is it. Yeah. I have no words. It was absolutely incredible. But I will say, having never gone prior, then I would have liked to experience the original. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad with the new set list. But it's like, I don't know. In a way, I was a little sad. I was like, dang, like what else is she changing? What else is she?
She didn't get to see Tolerated
or Long Live.
I mean, I didn't get to see Long Live either because when I went April, Long Live wasn't in the set.
See, whatever.
So I missed out on it twice. Bamboozled 2 times.
Yeah, but overall, wonderful experience. If you guys haven't seen the Eras Tour film, I highly recommend watching it because overall, it's an incredible film. It's a great experience. But with that being said, sorry to us Swifties. We ain't talking about y'all today, but we are talking about the Bridgerton series.
Because Bridgerton Part 1 came out on May 16th.
May 14th.
Okay.
Right? Or 15th. I don't know.
Around the time. So it's been about like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks that we've been able to sit with it and watch. And I've only watched it through once, but you know, watching people analyze it, break it down, give my own opinions. So that's what we're here to do.
It's fun. But who are we roaming? What are we roaming with today? I'll start off because I feel like I have too many bullet points and they're too broad. So to start off with something a bit more simple, Dua Lipa. I really liked her new album, but I had high hopes for it. Hearing the first 3 singles, Houdini, Trading Season, and Illusion. Yeah, Illusion. Those 3, those are the only bops, for my opinion. Like in my opinion, on the new album. But overall, I think it was good. It definitely makes me want to go watch her in concert. So like, I would say I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of her now.
I mean, she probably puts on a great show.
I bet. So. Oh, especially, we were watching videos of her performing in Britain. I don't know what their
It was the Brit Awards,
Brit Awards, yeah.
I think so. Like, she did Houdini?
I think so. Or Training Season. I think it was
Training Season.
Whatever. Yeah. She performed. It was really awesome. Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen the new movie, Kingdom of the Apes. But Planet of the Apes, I was talking with Emiliana, and I was saying, oh my God, what an incredible trilogy. Because from a film student perspective, how everything was written, it makes you watch all 3 movies. Fantastic. You've seen Kingdom of the Apes. Do you think they're gonna make a new trilogy?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is supposed to be the new trilogy because after war, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, Caesar dies.
Oh, I thought you meant for Kingdom. I was like,
no, War for the Planet of the Apes. Caesar dies. So this is about 300 years after the reign of Caesar. Okay. So it's supposed to take place just advancing the Planet of the Apes. Because if you haven't seen, I've been a fan of the Planet of the Apes for a long time. I love the trilogy series, and I also have watched the original movies from the 60s, which are great sci-fi films. Like they've literally they've basically made sci-fi what it really is, and it broke a lot of bounds. But you should watch the original movie too, at least the first one. Because a lot of people go into the new trilogy thinking that like, oh,
that's the beginning of the.
Well, it is the beginning, but it's not why Planet of the Apes started. Like, Planet of the Apes as a concept was always it's an ape filled with, like it's a planet filled with apes, and the humans are supposed to be like animals. And then the trilogy explains like how it all started or how everything began. So it's very interesting, the whole like project behind the trilogy. But Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes I think is a great continuation.
Got it.
A lot of people did enjoy it and like it. I really liked it, and I might be going to rewatch it tonight. So
okay. Books. Currently I'm reading People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. and I got it for my birthday from the queen herself. And it's really good. It's really, really good. I love how how the author writes the books, because once again, as a film student, you could literally, she just needs a storyboard and she can make it a film. Like it is. So far, it's good. It's a very, very good book. It's cute. I see myself a lot in the character. Loki forgot her name. Poppy.
I think it's Poppy.
Poppy?
It's something after a flower.
Yeah.
That's what. Oh my God, Poppy, like trolls.
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
Oh,
Trolls.
Imagine you envision Poppy from
No,
Trolls.
no.
Or Anna Kendrick because of the voice.
Yes. Oh.
I forget. I haven't read that one like in 2-3 years, since I first started. But yeah, I don't remember the book that well. Isn't the guy's name Alex? Girl, you're reading it. You should.
Yeah, I have really bad memory. Like when I'm reading, I'm like, okay, I'm in it. But then when I'm out, I clock out. My brain isn't. Like I remember the whole general plot. I think it's Alex. It starts with an A. But I'm reading that right now. And then needing a theater man. I need a theater man. I need a theater man. I need a theater man.
You're like segueing so fast. You're like on crack. Are you okay?
Well, I did so.
Take a breath.
Before anything, I did finish my coffee from Dutch Bros.
You're like,
that was my breakfast.
I think that's why you're on crack.
And then I have my our tea to set the scene, which is a green tea, not decaf. It is caffeinated.
Because
and then
Bridgerton.
And then I also have my Celsius in my water. So I'm not, and I had a few plantain chips. I haven't eaten, so I'm just running on liquids. But with that being said,
you're speaking like you're
I just need a theater man. I need a theater man so.
Okay, but
bad.
why?
I don't know. Something about the vibe.
Well, what sparked that?
I saw Puppy Love.
You finally watched it? Yeah, with Grant Gustin and Lucy Hale. It's literally a movie that's on Freevee, but it's like through Prime.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really promoted or anything. But I saw Grant Gustin, I saw Lucy Hale. I saw Puppies. I said, I'm gonna watch it. And it's not the most, groundbreaking thing, but it's so cute.
It is a cute rom-com, and I need Grant. I need Max. I need him.
Grant Gustin always. That's Sebastian from Glee.
And I love that he sang. He sang at the end.
Oh yeah, he does sing. I forgot.
And I'm mad because that's not his potential.
Oh.
Seeing him on Glee, I was like, Max.
Isn't he on Broadway?
I don't know.
I thought he's performed on Broadway.
I haven't done my research on him, but I need him.
The Flash.
Oh gosh, I need him. Okay, and then lastly, Orlando Bloom. That is my sexual awakening since day one. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, let me take mine a little slower because that was a little psychotic. So I have 3 categories: TV, book, and music. So I'll start with music. I had been really obsessed with Billy's new album because Billy dropped her album Hit Me Hard and Soft. I know the album front to back now. It's a great album. I really do think it's going to be a contender for album of the year for next year. Yeah, it'd be next year, I think. Yeah, but I do think it's up there. It's really great. It's some of her best work. Some of my favorite work, her and Phineas. I think it's great. Now, the controversial stuff that she's been saying, let me not talk about it. How people think she was attacking, not just Taylor, but attacking people like Beyonce and this and that, criticizing and also for long shows.
And her manager getting involved.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, so that's for music. That's really what I've been listening to. For books, I just finished reading Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I kind of wanted to read it because after we watched Challengers, I was like, okay, tennis. And Carrie Soto is Back is about a tennis player who is trying to win her 21st slam because there's a newer tennis player trying to break her record. So she comes out of retirement to try to win her title back, her record. And it's really, really good. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read almost all her books. I think she's a great author. She did Daisy Jones and the Six. If you're not familiar with her, she's great. Definitely recommend reading. And I gave Carrie Soto's Back 4 out of 5 stars on my Goodreads. So
there we go.
And then TV shows, I just binged Dairy Girls because obviously our girl Nicola Coughlan, Nicola Coughlan, Penelope herself is Claire in Dairy Girls, and I just wanted to see her outside of Penelope as an actress, and it's
a different era. It's a different era of film.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole
well, yeah. So I mean, as a different character, as a whole different setting, and honestly, she does great. I think Dairy Girls is super funny. I think it's very well written. I'm just so sad that it's so short. It's only 3 seasons, and each episode's like 20 minutes. But I think it's great. I really, really enjoyed it, and now I'm in a slump because I don't know what to watch. I tried watching Heartbreak High. It's just not my vibe. I didn't like it. I couldn't connect with the characters, but maybe I'll find something soon. I just got Disney Plus back, so time for me to binge watch everything I missed.
Oh, The Boys?
Oh, yeah, I know. I've had The Boys on a back burner, but that's on Prime.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, but I've had it on a back burner because I have to be in the mood. I don't know if I'm in the mood for it.
I started watching it, and I definitely, because it's season 1, you have to grow with the show. Let's get right into it. So I would say before we get into part 1, we've been watching Bridgerton, I would say every year since it started.
Since it first started,
I watched it during COVID, and I watched that one. That one was trending on Netflix, and I was like, okay, give it a chance. Oh my god, I binge watched it in one day. I was like, this is incredible. The concept, everything about it, I loved. And I didn't even know it was based on a book series or anything. Like, I was just like, this is a good show.
Yeah, same. I didn't know that it was based on a book series till I got deeper into it. Realized it was based on the books, and then I bought the first book just to read it and see if it, like, you know, how the idea happened. Let's just say the show, Shonda Rhimes did amazing, because when I was reading the book, I did not get that same like vision that Shonda probably would have seen. Like, you don't connect with Simon and Daphne as much as you do in the book, like that you do in the show. You don't get to know the siblings. You don't get to like see any build off. So I think it was great. I really enjoyed the show. And then obviously when season 2 came out, I was super excited. Binge watched all of that when it came out, because it all came out on the same day. And that was amazing. I love season 2.
I will say Edwina is strong. She is a strong sibling.
But like in apparently Edwina got married though, which a lot of people are like saying like they want to spin off Edwina, like, and how she got married to the prince. Or how she met the prince.
Would love that.
That'd be super fun, I think. But
even if it's like, I don't know, like a short film. Like, I would love
like a short like an episode or something.
Yeah, I would love to see that. But yeah, no, I just overall, I think Bridgerton is one of those shows that they took the criticism that they received season 1 in all areas and evolved the show, because you could see everything, every criticism given, from Daphne's bangs all the way to the coloring of the show, just overall
to the music.
To the music.
People were saying that the covers weren't as clean, which I don't hear it, but I'm also not a like I play in an orchestra or know anything about that. So, but I think the music has always been so great and amazing. I really love season 1's music. I think it fits the storyline so well. Yeah. I do think that season 2, it got a little more like, okay, these are more popular songs. I don't know if they fit the story so well, but it still was good. And I'm really seeing it now in season 3 that I'm like, why are we choosing these songs? Like, some of them make sense, but some of them, like, why do we have A, B, C, D, E, F, U in here?
No, and not only that, they played Dynamite by BTS for less than 10 seconds. It wasn't even a minute of the song. I was like, here it was. They cut to a scene of the ballroom, people dancing. The song goes on for less than 10 seconds. Their dancing stops. Like, it wasn't even like...
I didn't pick that up because I didn't even pick up that was the song playing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I saw it just by the subtitles. Like, I couldn't even tell it was it, and I was like, what song is this? Oh, Dynamite. Like, it made me sad that I feel like they're just, like, Easter egging these pop songs instead of letting them, like, really set the mood.
Yeah, like they did, like in season 1, they really moved the story. Or like I was telling Issa earlier that one of my favorite scenes from season 1 is when Daphne and Simon, you know, finally confess their feelings for each other and they, you know, make love, whatever. Correct, but the song that's playing in the back, "Strange" by Hillary something, like, it works so well with the movie. And I don't know that song either. I never knew that song before it came, like, before it was made into this instrumental version. And I think it just adds to the story. Like, the music lets the scene breathe a little bit. You know, and it, I mean, I don't know. I think that now they're kind of just using these covers for, like, the ballroom scenes. Yes. You know, just for the part of the dancing. And I don't like that. I feel like I think it gets a little stale, at least in season 3. It's like we're always at a party. It's like back-to-back parties. I feel like
we're seeing, like, now, okay, it's a routine. Now by, like, oh, this is, like, the 3rd season of the Bridgerton.
But even in season 2 and season 1, though, like, there was parties that they were attending and balls that they were attending and events, but you could still let it breathe. Like, you were seeing Anthony at the house, or Kate with her sister at the house with Lady Danbury, or they're doing something else, horseback riding, whatever. Like, I feel like the scenes start to feel a little stale when it's like event after event, back to back to back conversations. And I know Bridgerton is that. Bridgerton is like people speaking in rooms, people talking in rooms, you know? But at the same time, it gets a little stale with the back to back parties. Like, maybe it was just me when I was watching it, but I was getting bored. Like, it sounds bad, but I was getting bored.
I think it's very difficult to see where this story is going to go for season 3, just because in a way we know what's going to happen. Unlike season 1 and season 2, yes, we did know that the Bridgertons were going to end up with someone, but we don't know how.
Who and how.
Just everything, the middle. We don't know the meat of the sandwich.
Yes.
Now, it's like, okay, clearly it's friends to lovers. Clearly Colin has to introduce Penelope back to the family as his future wife. Like, we, in a way, we know. And
it's harder in that sense because, you know, the story is that they're going to get together.
Yes.
But in a way, a lot of people are saying was that it moved too slow. I think it was too rushed.
I think it was how are you telling me from even season 1, they were fake dating, and yet the intimacy was still towards the end of the show. Same thing with Anthony and Kate. Honestly, it was worse. There was nothing. You're like, come on, give us something.
Yeah.
And it was all at the end of the show. Now, only halfway through the season, Penelope
they're already getting
Colin,
married.
They're not only married, they kiss. They did the carriage. Like, everything is.
Well, that to me makes sense because there's nothing taboo about it because she's in her 3rd year.
No. I don't think it's taboo. I just think, like, from the friends to lovers perspective, I feel like it should be even slower.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, for sure. And I also don't like. Okay.
Let's get into it.
I do not like that in the past seasons we've always gotten, like, yes, there's side characters. Yes, there's side plots. But this season, it doesn't really feel like it's Penelope and Colin's story. I feel like they're giving way too much screen time to other characters. Like, please don't come for me. But I don't like the whole side story of the two Simon's friends from season 1. How they inherited the whole thing. Like, I think that's fine. I don't really understand why they're still in the show. I think maybe for, like, viewers to feel like a tie to Simon still, but, like, we don't really need them there. You know, I feel like
that's a good point.
I don't really feel the need for them to be there, or even give them their own little side show or something. But to me, it's like they're taking up too much screen time when that screen time could be used to develop Colin and Penelope's relationship more, especially since we've never gotten to see, like, how Colin was on his trips. Like, flashbacks of him on his trips, women he met, or him and Penelope as kids. Him and Penelope when they were because they're always saying, oh, we've been good friends all these years, but it's like
visuals.
There's nothing for us to see that they've been good friends. It's just vocalized. Or like when Violet is talking about to Colin, like, you've always been such a sensitive kid, you've always been blah 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 this, and it's like I want to see that. I want to see when he's been sensitive, because to me, Colin's always been selfish. He's always leaving his family. He's always like, he only cares really about himself. Like, to me, I don't see that sensitive side to him, so I don't see why Penelope's in love with him.
And I think that's also an issue. Like, some of the book readers would be like, read the book. But no, reading the book should add to your experience, add to the universe, expand and develop our connection to the character. I want to only watch the show. You should be giving even more in the show than the book, because a lot of times the books, it's not enough. As we could tell, they're just not the same. They're adaptations. But on top of that, you see flashbacks in season 2 of Anthony and the father dying.
That's one of my favorite things from season 2 is watching how the death of Anthony's dad impacted him and his ability to create a relationship, you know, actually love somebody. With the whole B scene, it's one of my favorite scenes from season 2, and I think it's great. We've already watched half the season of this season, and I don't feel that. I don't feel why I should be loving Colin Bridgerton. I don't understand why Penelope is in love with him or was ever in love with him. You know, why she like pines over him. You know, I can understand that, like, a schoolgirl crush type of vibe, but I want to see why there's a deeper love there. I don't see that. Like, not that they don't have chemistry. I think they have chemistry. I don't see that as a viewer. I don't feel that love.
I'm not, and I've been saying this season 3 is my season. I relate to Penelope in so many aspects, but I am so disconnected to her because I'm like, I want to see what you're seeing. Show us that. Show us the childhood memories.
Seeing flashbacks of how she started being Lady Whistledown. This is the perfect season to show us why she started writing Lady Whistledown, you know? Like, we know a little bit because she felt disconnected from society, and, you know, she kind of mocks it like Eloise does. That's why they're such good friends. But to me, it makes me upset that we're not even seeing that. This is the season to do that, especially when you're introducing the conflict that Colin is going to find out at some point that she is Lady Whistledown, because now he's upset with Lady Whistledown for writing
about him,
you know, and having written about the family before, even though he didn't seem to care about that. But this is what makes me upset. There's no development to the characters. No. Just because they've been around for season 1 and 2 doesn't mean they're developed enough.
Nope.
I want to get to know them better, even more in depth, because it's their story. The same way that we got to know Anthony better, the same way we got to know Daphne better, the same way we got to know Simon better.
We saw Simon flashbacks. I mean,
it's traumatic and whatever, and like a little dramatized sometimes, but like it lets you see why he's acting the way he is, why he doesn't want to have children, why he didn't want to be with Daphne, no matter, despite how much he loves her, whatever, you know? That's what's making me upset about this season. From a plot standpoint and character standpoint.
And on top of that, I think with every show, there needs to be side characters, there needs to be side story, just to expand the universe. I agree that Penelope and Colin, they're not given enough screen time. And that says a lot. This is their season.
This is why I think it's not working. It's because Shonda is not involved, unfortunately. Shonda was fully involved in Queen Charlotte. It was a passion project for her. And you can tell why people love it and enjoy it. That is a good story. The way it's paced, the way it's told, the way you get to see. You know, essentially the show is a flashback for the Queen. But I find it so upsetting that I don't know for what reason she's not involved in so heavily in season 3. But it's like, she needs to be, because you can tell that she has the touch for it. And I don't know. I'm not even really excited for part 2. I am, because I want to see how it ends, but I don't think there's much. The setup, they can't fix what they've already set up. Yeah. You know, unless they do something spectacular in like episode 5 that's gonna like give us flashbacks or something like that. But that's what I'm missing. I'm missing flashbacks, character development, and less of the side characters that I do not care as much about because it's not their season.
I think also maybe I need to rewatch the first 2 seasons to really give it a good comparison, but I don't remember the flashbacks. If they're doing this route, why are you doing flashbacks in part 2? Flashbacks should be given in part 1. It set the foundation for us to, like, once again, follow Penelope's journey.
From what I remember, most of the flashbacks and the character development from season 1 and 2 were in the beginning halves of the season, even though they weren't split up.
No.
But they're set up in the beginning because it's making you understand the character and their connection to love.
Correct.
Especially the Bridgerton, because it's like, of all the Bridgerton siblings, I really feel like I don't know Colin well. I could say the same about Benedict, but even Benedict, I've gotten more of who he is as a person. Colin, like, he's been on travels and stuff like that. We've never even gotten to see his dynamics of what he learned and what he did in his travels and how that had impacted him. We just hear about it. Correct. And it's not, I don't know.
I think, if we were to rewrite the first 4 episodes, episode 1, not completely.
Can't even do that.
Not completely, but I think we should have started off before the season started. So I wish we are ending Colin's journey, like wherever he's located at, right? Maybe even a montage of all of his travels and stuff. And then we segue to Penelope to see the drastic difference of their summers
of their lives,
exactly. Like, what's going on, and then cut back to Colin, arriving to London, like seeing what was happening before the season, and then Penelope, preparing for the season again, and her being like, oh, man, like just seeing the progression of it, and us like, we are in Colin and Penelope's mindset. Okay, we're preparing for this new season. Let's hope we can find someone. And I don't know. I wish we had a whole episode of just Colin and his journeys. That's it. I would have loved
not even his journeys. I don't need a whole episode, but at least dedicate a good portion of an episode to what he experienced when he was traveling, or like,
and him reading the letters. Oh, I read the letters.
Show us
you're reading the letters.
Like stuff like that. Like, it's just, I know some people say like, oh, they only have 8 episodes, this and that, but it's like, no, like they can do it. Like
they have the budget.
They cut out. Like, I don't think one of the only side characters I'm okay with them having more screen time is Violet and Francesca.
Correct.
Because they're Bridgertons and they're setting up their story the same way they've been doing for Benedict for the future season.
Season 1.
Now, do I like that they've already introduced Francesca's love interest? I don't know her book, so I don't know if that's for real, the love interest, or how that ends, which is still interesting. But it's interesting to see like her perspective and her journey, because she is a Bridgerton. Like, I don't really need the couple of them inheriting money and whatever. I don't need that. I feel like we've already gotten a touch of that in the first 2 seasons of how they deal being in society. Like, and if you're gonna keep it in, make it a little more interesting. It's just more like the whole time the girl, the wife is like, oh, we don't deserve to this. Something's gonna go wrong, and then he's like, no, it's gonna be fine, and then it's like setting up to like, okay, so something's gonna go wrong. Like, it's not. I don't know. I zoned out a lot.
So I think there's way too many subplots. There's once again, we have Penelope and Colin. We have by the Viscountess Bridgerton. We have Francesca. We have Eloise, and we have the couple. Benedict. and Benedict.
Benedict's just starting to get one with a new woman, which I think it's good to have Benedict because I mean, I'm hoping he's the next season, but yeah, like I think
he's there.
They're building. Yeah. Even though I won't be surprised if Francesca's next, actually. So.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we have the queens. So there's so many plots that are intertwined within one another, and yet I think at the end of the day, they are not. They're like parallel. They're not even like connecting with one another. Okay, so that was our, I would say, normal viewer thoughts without going way too deep into it.
Like plot and characters.
That's one thing. A lot of times, like, we'll catch ourselves. We're like, okay, we're being too critical. We're being too critical, and it's like
we'll give our positives.
100%.
There are positives,
but it's like once again, like we're film students, and when we look at projects like this that have the money and the resources, it's like we have extremely high standards for films and TV shows like that.
And we also really love the show. We wanted to see it do well. We don't want Netflix to cancel it the way they've done with so many good shows. Yeah. You know, because there's something about Netflix. I was watching this YouTube video that this guy made, and he makes a great point. He's like, Netflix gives so much love and care to the first 2 to 3 seasons of a show, and then after something shifts, it looks like a low budget, like pumped out like thing that Freeview would make. You know, it's like in all aspects that it changes: the writing, the characters, the costumes, the color grading, like everything shifts.
Editing Isabella here. I just want to say sorry for this abrupt change in topic of conversation, because we immediately started ranting about Netflix's pumping out of content like nothing. Then we went into Pixar, and then we went into Disney, like they should stop doing live action stuff. And then we started discussing representation in media, which then led us into the conversation of wanting Latino representation in Bridgerton. So segue into that.
A Latina in Bridgerton. But I'm not going to spoil anything for you because it's not really a spoiler. But Benedict's story, his love interest, her name's Sophia, and she's a Latina because she comes from a Latina family. So I am excited that then I hope they stick to that, because knowing Shonda, they like the diversity. Every Bridgerton is with somebody diverse.
Except Penelope, but that's different. Well, okay, that was set. That was
whatever.
That was set.
But yeah, you know what I mean. But her name is Sophia, apparently. And then, like, from what I know from their trope or their book, it's like a Cinderella story type of style.
Sophia based in the book, she's Hispanic?
Her name is Sophia and she's Latina, yeah. Knowing the book, she's probably white. People are fan casting Latina actresses for the part because they know Shonda likes to add diversity, and also people want a Latina romantic part. Like, I would love that so much. I would love it. You know who I see, even though she's way too young? Rachel Ziegler. Rachel could do so well.
In 2-3 years, she'll be perfect.
I know, but I think she's too young.
Oh,
Benedict is literally almost 40. Like Benedict, the actor. So maybe not do that. But I definitely see it. Somebody as like a Rachel type of Latina. I would love it so much.
I mean, the trope.
Find us a new actress. Give us a new actress.
I think it's gonna be just a little bit controversial because with it being a Cinderella trope, she's like.
When I say Cinderella trope, I'm not saying she's literally like a maid or some shit.
Okay.
But apparently, I think it's gonna be along the lines of like the Kate and Edwina. They come from somewhere else. They're a new family here, and that's how he gets introduced to her. Something like that. But she has like a dark history to her, or something.
I would like if it was like a even then, like I'm like trying to brainstorm how they can intertwine a Latino with all these like tropes and stuff. Like, maybe it could be like a merchant, like the dad is a merchant.
When I say a Cinderella story, I don't mean like she's abused by her stepmom and like cleans the house. I mean like they meet at a ball, but like a mask, and like he tries to find who she is.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. And she's
Okay.
already supposed to be married to some. I don't really know because I haven't read that book.
Oh,
but I've heard from the
I like
Bridgerton book lovers that Benedict is like one of the like best of the books.
Okay.
Like people really enjoy his trope, and that's why they don't understand why Shonda's pushing it so much. But it could be because they're trying to really right around like all the controversial stuff maybe that the book has.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm like, give us a Latina give us some representation.
The bare minimum.
His love interest, that because he's going through a lot of love interest in the last 3 seasons, like even just now.
Every news.
Yeah, but I think that's like supposed to develop like his knowledge of what he really wants.
Yeah, because even then, Benedict, we know so much about him. He's frequently saying like, I don't even know like what am I supposed to do? Like I'm the middle child. I don't know. I wasn't taught to be the next Bridgerton and like Anthony. That's you. Like I don't.
Exactly.
You see,
being a second son. Yeah.
You see him trying to figure himself out. But Colin, dog,
we haven't done anything on Colin. It's all spoken about. It's all it's just going back to that my issue with the characters and the plot in that sense, you know, like not feeling developed. I feel it more with Colin than Penelope, but still I have like some ticks, like the Lady Whistledown thing and like seeing how her and Colin were maybe close when they were young. You know, like I don't know. I feel like we see more of her and Eloise, if anything.
I think so apparently on Twitter, when season 3 premiered, Twitter was saying there's a new showrunner.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not Shonda anymore. It's somebody else.
You could see it. You can literally see it. And I feel like on top of anything, well, let's really get into the nitty gritty of like what you were saying, like the color grading, costuming, like what do you...
Oh yeah, like stuff that has more to do with the actual way it's like shot, directed, and edited and all that, because we're talking about plot and characters, which is obviously important and what like a lot of people tend to focus on. But because we're film students and we're really freaking annoying, we always point out certain things that bother us to the eye. Like I was telling when she came back, we were talking about it just a little bit, and I was telling her that the thing that really bothered me the most this season was the color grading. And it was really displeasing to the eye in certain parts. Like it just starts to look more and more like not orange, but like cartoony. But I don't understand. It's like a bad way to. I don't know. It's really displeasing. It doesn't look as natural. Like in season 1, the color grading to me wasn't that bad. Like it looked more natural. Like it looked like it didn't need much effects, or maybe it did, and I just didn't notice it. But yeah, I was talking about I think the color grading is like a little. And then also some of the direction, like some of the camera angles and stuff, I'm not like. There's this one scene. Okay, the scene where Colin is like saving Penelope from the stupid air balloon thing, which fuck that scene.
What?
Because why she don't move?
Everyone at was like, she couldn't run. The fact that she was like, be so for real.
And everyone thinks they're making fun of her, like, okay, like move out of the way now. Okay, girl, move out of the way. And she's just like whatever. I'm like, ooh. And like the scene, maybe it's the way it's edited, is just drawn out so long that it makes it feel stupid. Like, why is she still there? I think if it was a faster thing, like the thing is like coming at her, she trips.
No, oh my,
the thing is moving this slow. It's like coming this slow at her, and she's like,
no, the fact that you see like every 3 seconds, she's like.
Literally, I think the scene was like almost 5 minutes long. Like, why are we still here? And then that stupid, where Colin's getting all the men to come towards him, and there's that weird shot of like them running towards the camera. I felt like
it was not like it's so cartoonish.
They literally just wanted like, okay, let's show how strong Colin is or some shit. Like,
whatever. And not even that Penelope didn't even know that he saved her. Like she was.
Yeah, she couldn't even see. So what was the literal point of that?
It would have been iconic. Hear me out. If Colin went to go save Penelope, fuck the hot air balloon.
That's what I'm saying. Again, he's selfish. She don't even care about how air balloon is like gonna hit.
That would have been so romantic.
That's more romantic, like diving or something and grabbing her. Even though that thing is moving slow as fuck, but you know what I mean.
And pulling her out the way. It would have
been more interesting if it like one of the things snapped really fast, or like a bunch snapped at the same time, and he had to move her. You know,
he had to move. He had to go to her and pull her away, and he falls on the ground, and she lands on him.
Like, Penelope, be so for real that you're that scared. Like, like girl, it's moving 3 like inches every 10 minutes.
Bro,
be serious.
You could like tap on him like, thank you, bye bye.
That scene angered me, and when I first watched it, I was like, okay. And then when I rewatched it through like a guy who was talking about the season, I'm like, wait, that pisses me off. What was that even? That was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for the creator. It was embarrassing for Colin Bridgerton. It was embarrassing for Penelope. Everyone involved shot.
It was
dead. Like, it was really embarrassing. That's one scene that really just sticks, and it's like, I don't like that.
Oh, and another thing, the extreme feminism trope of Benedict's new lover.
She's a widow, right?
Yes, she's a widow. Yeah. No, but what makes me so upset is that extreme feminism in that episode. She's like, as a woman, like when she's with all those men.
Oh,
that low-key
I feel like we didn't need to like say it.
Like,
she could just give a point without pointing out that I'm the only woman here. You know, like that kind of. It's like that. Yeah. We don't need to. You don't do feminism by speaking about feminism, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's why Eloise's character works really well. Eloise's character works really well.
Exactly. Because even then, when she was like bantering in season 2 with that like a paper boy or whatever, she never mentioned like. Maybe she did. Let me not eat up my words. Maybe she did, but it didn't seem forced
a little
of
bit.
her being like, "Oh, I'm a woman. I'm a woman." Like, it's in a way he was. Even then, the guy humbled her in a way. She's like, "I don't care." Like, it's
that's kind of fucked up.
Not in a bad way, but he was just like,
that's kind of
let's share like political ideals. Like, let's share each other's thoughts in that way. But with that woman, I don't know. She's just the ick that she gave me. Like, girl.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a good thing for Benedict to explore a different side. I think it's cool that Benedict's always exploring something new.
Yes.
Like, you know, now he's into science, I guess. And like the hot air balloon, whatever.
I think he's just bored. Like he really is. He's like, I that's why he's messing around.
He's living his best life, doing whatever he wants to do. But
yeah.
Is there anything that you saw besides the color grading and like that stupid scene?
Okay. So in comparison to season 1, 2, and 3, I think the color grading from season 1, it was a little bit dull in comparison to season 2 and 3. But once again, they
2 is very vibrant.
Very vibrant.
But it also helps because of the colors.
Correct.
That Adrena and Kate were wearing.
Yes, like, but even then it showed like it's from my perspective. I was like, oh, they're bringing a culture to their world, so we have to bring in the color seasoning.
It just doesn't feel like the direction doesn't feel different or doesn't feel bold. Like season 2 for me, the thing I loved the most was those intimate like shots. Sometimes like I've specifically the one where like they're going hunting and Kate is like Anthony's trying to adjust her thing, whatever, and it's like that closeness of like I feel like we haven't gotten anything like that. Or my favorite scene from season 1 is when Daphne and Simon are looking at the painting or whatever, and there's that silence with the hands.
Us two are like that
like that.
Goes,
I lost my breath. There's no moments to breathe like that with Penelope and Colin. Good. The only one people could really say is the one where she's like talking about his eyes, or like when he drops the book or something. Like she was reading.
She was reading his diary,
and then he cut his hand, or she cut her
because
hand.
she like dropped like a plate or a
something
cup or
like
candle.
That. But that felt awkward to me. That didn't feel like. I'm like, why are we connecting? I don't know you. Like, we don't know each other yet.
Oh my god, that's such a.
That was episode 2. I was like, what the? That's weird. And also, what is this whole thing of? Oh, I'm gonna teach you how to flirt, or I'm gonna teach you how to work. We didn't see any of that. He like there was like one scene with the fan. He like pushed her towards these guys. Like, oh, go do it. And she was like, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know how. He didn't teach her anything. Like I said, he's not. He pisses me off. I'm really becoming a Colin hater.
No, but like you maybe just like recontextualize the whole part. Wait,
I'm gonna rewatch it again before part 2 comes out. Because I need to like really, because I feel like I kind of just like was. I need to rewatch it because what the fuck was that trope? And also another trope another part of the season that really, really, really made me upset was the introduction of the other man that's like fighting for Penelope's attention.
But was he fighting?
Exactly. Was he fighting? No. This is what I was excited for. I'm like, yes, like she might actually fall for this guy and like forget about Colin, and then Colin's gonna have to come back and grovel and this and that. Tell me, first off, he's
a vegan.
Super fucking boring.
He's a vegan. We don't care.
That's the least of his problems.
We don't care that. No, but that's a personality trait of his.
It didn't even feel like, I understand he was looking for someone who just wanted to get married because he's going to be traveling a lot, but didn't even feel like Penelope was like down for him at
No,
all.
but,
She
like,
literally
why is she competing with
as soon as
another
Colin
woman?
like said something, she switched back up. She didn't even like, it didn't feel like there was any competition at all. It didn't feel like he was there as an obstacle for Colin to get to Penelope. Like, it was like a waste of time. It really was a waste of time.
Okay, this is the one thing I specifically dislike about season 3. Why is it all of a sudden Penelope has always been a flower on the wall? She was never chosen. That same type of character. But when you look at all the Bridgertons and all the women of the show, there's no women that are competing for the same man. Why did you have to write Penelope's character to fight another woman for someone?
I mean,
why?
Cressida, I also...
She's competing for
this guy too.
What's his name? Duke.
I don't remember.
Dunbury?
Is it? I think it's Dunbury.
Dunbury.
But I like
Lord Dunbury.
Lord Dunbury, yeah. But yeah, Cressida fights for him too, like, because. But Cressida's also in the same boat that Penelope is, because she's a third year. She's a spinster at this point too. Yeah. She hasn't found anyone to marry. So I think it's super interesting. Like, I don't mind that. I don't mind that competition.
I don't like that, specifically with Penelope's character. But
I don't know. It doesn't make me upset, but I just wish that there was like that Lord Danbury, like that guy had more of like a fascination with Penelope. Like, he really gravitated to her. Like,
I needed the groveling. Quickly. I needed more jealousy.
Exactly. I feel like Colin literally got away with everything he did.
Yeah.
Like, the shit talking from season 2, she basically forgave him for it real quick.
She got
her anger out writing Lady Whistledown, but she immediately, as soon as he's like, I'll help you, and then like kind of.
What she should have done in the carriage is once again, bring back. I don't care if she's toxic. Bring back the issue. Why are you all of a sudden into me? When you once again bring it back. She mentioned it in episode 2 with the dress and everything. Yeah. But she was like, "Oh my god, he's making out with me. I don't care anymore. You're my man. You're my man. You're my man." No, girl. No, she's like, oh my god.
And now what makes me upset is I feel like they're gonna make it. They're gonna turn the tables on her now, because he still has to find out about her being Lady Whistledown, which I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen. Like, I think so when we react to part 2. We'll obviously be able to see.
But if look at it, Simon was a big issue. He was part of the toxicity between him and Daphne. Anthony, once again, was a little bit toxic because he couldn't he just wanted to get with someone. He didn't care, and that was the main issue that Kate showed him. Boy, like you cannot get with my sister just because she's perfect and you're like, you need more. Prove yourself to her. Colin, what are you proving? What are you proving?
He really hasn't proven a single thing to me. I feel like he hasn't proven a thing to Penelope in that sense. Like, I don't, like I was saying earlier, I don't feel that want. Like, Penelope should want, like, I should understand why Penelope is down bad for him. I should understand that, you know? The same way I understood why Anthony was down bad for Kate. You know, he couldn't get away. Or the same way that Daphne was falling for Simon and vice versa. I don't feel that with them.
I wish Penelope, in a way, lied. Like she can't even lied. Like, I wish she lied. Let me correct myself.
It's so cold. I need to stop trying to drink it.
I wish she lied to herself about how she felt about Colin. Like, to be like, let him prove himself to her. Like, no, Colin, we can't make this work. I don't want to be with you. No. Just keep.
Yeah, why do you want to be with me now?
Let her be in denial.
You've always said that you didn't like me. You've always said you didn't want to court me. You always said. You talked bad about me in front of the other men, you know, like.
And what changed?
What changed? Why now? Just because someone else kind of wants me, not even.
And like I said, I wish if there's competition, men. I need the competition against
between the men,
Then that's one thing that is not shown enough in romantic shows. It's always against women. That the women are always fighting for the men. We saw that in Euphoria, for God's sake. Like, it's always the women that are wanting the same man. It's like, hello.
I also, when it comes to Penelope, I also wish we got like back to the flashback, not even flashback, but more of a dynamic between her sisters and her mom when she was younger, and even her dad.
To her,
like why she's always felt like an outcast, or why she's always, you know, like I did like that scene where her mom was like, "Oh, I'm happy to know you're always going to be here to take care of me," and blah blah blah, or like something about her sisters because her sisters are going to for competing to have the baby. Yeah. Which that is too funny to me. They're so good. They're so good this season.
I love
the Featheringtons never miss. Like,
no, they don't.
Their dynamics. That's what I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing some of the Bridgerton like dynamics. Some of the Bridgerton sibling like like in those cheeky conversations that they would have in season 1, season 2, where they were like, I don't know, just more dynamics between the siblings and all of that. And I do hope Kate and Anthony come back towards the end of the season because they're on their second honeymoon or whatever. But I hope she comes back pregnant.
Something, or maybe not even pregnant, maybe with a kid.
Yeah, I think it'd be so cool to see that, like, more of them, because I really do love them, and I like just seeing them in the first episode. I was so excited for them to be back. Their chemistry is so good.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of the sex scenes that we didn't get to see from, or like some of that romance, intimacy stuff that we didn't get to see from season 2.
We're seeing it a little bit.
We're seeing it a little bit in the beginning of this season. I think that's awesome. I think they are.
Yes, yeah, I love that. So now with the pros, those are a few things that we enjoy. The costuming, they eat.
People are complaining about the costumes, saying that Kayla made. I was watching part 1 with Kayla because she was still in Europe, and Kayla made an awesome point about one of the costumes of one of the characters, Cressida. Cressida looks like Cressida literally could be a young version of what's her face from Hunger Games.
Oh my god.
Elizabeth Banks' character. I'm like, wait, she kind of looks like she's in the Hunger Games.
Wait,
world.
Cast her in the prequels.
She really could play a young Effie.
Oh my god.
I didn't know her name was Effie. I didn't know that. But yeah, Elizabeth Banks' character. The way the extravagant gowns and stuff and the hair, sometimes I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel Regency. This feels Hunger Games. Wow. And there's like a specific look that made me and Kayla look at each other like, wait, yeah,
is it the pink dress with the hair?
I think it was the big
sleeves.
Yeah,
puff sleeves.
I think it was puff sleeves or shoulder pad sleeves or something. But I was like, this is really giving Hunger Games. Like she's giving Effie from Hunger Games.
Which even then, specifically with Cressida characters, I don't understand her character's costuming specifically in season 3 because when we see a little bit of Cressida's background and stuff, and her dad and even her mom. There is a form of like projecting like her mom onto Cressida. It's like we're gonna make you as extravagant as we can, so everyone's like looking at you. Attention is all on you and stuff.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
In a way, like specifically with this season, I feel like it's just a little too outlandish now. I feel like in a way
it felt very Hunger Games.
Yeah, I feel like it was just trying to like take the attention like of the queen because the queen is always extravagant and stuff, and I'm like, why is Cressida being as extra as the queen?
I don't know, but
maybe there's to it in part 2.
But I really love the costumes. I obviously love the change in colors for Penelope, from the yellows and the citrus colors to the blues and the emerald green.
Beautiful. I love the
hair difference.
Yes.
They're really showing off like
changing. Like she's changing. And stepping away from the Featherington
I
style.
do enjoy that. I like that a lot. I think Colin's outfits are nice. I enjoy them.
It shows that he's
you were saying he was adapting to like that European style.
Yes.
Yeah, and that makes sense because of his travels. So I enjoyed that as well. The costumes are great.
There's never been a complaint. Season 1 is the worst, but they learned their lesson.
Season 1 was also the worst because I watched interviews and it was because they couldn't get the budget that they wanted.
Look at that.
Because their budget was lower, and that's why season 2 had such a big step up when it came to the clothing department, which amazing. So.
No, it's good overall. The costuming they never fail. The
sets are great too.
Yes,
I love the sets. Even though, like I was saying, it does get boring to watch party ball after ball after ball. At least they're in different settings, different houses. You learn about the different lords and ladies that have these balls and stuff. Some of them are outside, like that stupid hot air balloon events or whatever.
In a way,
it's interesting to see that, I guess.
I kind of like how with every season you see a slight progression in like their universe of like technology, like the evolution of fashion. Yeah. Like we're seeing that in a way, like you're seeing like history like take place. Like, oh look, a new hot air balloon. Like it's just the little things like that. I'm like, okay, wait, this is cool. It's not in this. They're not stuck in the same year. Like it's like you see progression, and it's not historically accurate. I don't care. We're seeing a change.
Yeah,
we're seeing a change, and I kind of am interested though. Was season 2 the king was shown, and we're seeing like how
I like that scene.
Oh my gosh, the king hasn't been shown yet in this season. Like the king kind of has been forgotten.
I was gonna say after Queen Charlotte, I thought that they were gonna explore the queen's like story a little bit more and like her with the king and how that is gonna affect the king, how it's going to affect how it's going to affect society if he was to pass.
I'm surprised he hasn't passed yet.
Or if something's to happen, because that's going to be a big shift. If the king dies, like, there's going to be a new king. You know? Like, it's really very interesting to see that. They have children, right?
They have 14.
We've never seen their children.
In Bridgerton.
And I think that's another interesting concept because whoever's going to take the crown next, do they have kids? Are they married? Like, who's? I know we saw a little bit of that in Queen Charlotte.
But in Queen Charlotte, in a whole separate show.
Yeah, but this is going to affect like the society of where the Bridgertons live. You know, it's going to affect the
everything.
ton. So that's why I'm kind of shocked they haven't. I know it would be like another, but for me, it's like take away the subplot of the people that inherited the money. I think it's the Mortriarchs or something.
Yes, correct.
Moriarchy. I don't really remember their names, but them. Take away their plots because we don't really need those characters anymore. You know, and focus on the queen and the king and that dynamic and watching like the behind the scenes and Lady Danbury seeing that like it's deteriorating or something. You know, use Lady Danbury's character.
I think that's a wonderful story that you brought up, because just once again going back to season 1, season 2, nothing about the king is mentioned, and I'm shocked with we're seeing progression. Like the people are getting older, new Bridgertons are debuting. It's like, how has the king not passed? By this time, he's very old, and even then, the queen, even herself, she's like, oh, I'm bored. Girl, so are we. Like, I'm sorry. Like, even then, the queen is tired.
The queen is the most relatable she ever been.
But she's being honest. It's like, okay, another Bridgerton.
Didn't she like? I don't remember if she named a diamond of the season. Didn't she name Francesca?
Technically Francesca, but without the ton knowing. Like, it was like, right? It was when she was playing her piano and stuff. You know what would have been
with Lady Danbury there,
would have been iconic if Penelope was the diamond of the season.
I don't think she can be. I think a diamond of the season is like fresh meat, like the fresh batch going in.
But that would have been insane.
Yeah, but I don't think it needed to be done. I don't think that was like a focus of her story, like that she needed to be.
But then what would she have written?
She's not looking for validation from the ton itself. She's looking for validation to someone to love her for real.
No, but once again, hear me out. Okay, ready? So if this will never happen. Someone write a fan fiction about this, but hear me out. If Penelope was given diamond of the season because she looks completely new, like she debuted. Let's say
the queen asked about her.
The queen, exactly. I think it would have been super interesting because the queen would have made a shift in society. Oh, the diamond doesn't have to be fresh meat anymore. The diamond can be now really anyone. Seeing Edwina, it doesn't have to be someone from London. It could be someone from outside of London. Now, oh my God, that Penelope took her breath away so much that she was diamond of the season. That will affect how Penelope writes about Lady Whistledown.
True.
And it shows like all this attention. Like she doesn't.
Well, the queen is also still looking for Lady Whistledown.
Correct. Like so I think that would be so interesting because she would form that communication with the queen and hearing her, and maybe the queen will make the connection with her. Wait, I told Penelope about some drama yesterday, and all of a sudden it's in Lady Whistledown. Like I feel like there would have been some issue, some plot between the two. Okay, and hear me out.
She finds out who Lady Whistledown is, like, and confronts Penelope privately, but then. I can see
and then
that.
With Penelope giving all these men to her, like, oh my God, I'm the diamond of the season, I don't know what to do. Like, she's overwhelmed, but she's also excited. Colin comes in, let me teach you. Kind of how Anthony treated Daphne, and like, no, what are all these men doing? I'll find the perfect man for you. No. But Colin is then teaching Penelope, okay, there's a lot of men down in the hallway. Let me teach you how to properly what's it called? Like how to flirt with the man. Let me teach you about relationships and stuff. And then in that progression of her, meeting all these men, you're like, oh, men, date number 26. Like, oh my gosh, I think this is the one. Oh, but her talking about other men. Then we see Colin like, wait, why isn't she?
Hold on. More and more like attached to her.
Like more attached to her.
Jealous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see my vision?
No, I see your vision, like how it can all connect. But that's what I'm saying. I really wish that they would involve. After Queen Charlotte, I thought that they were gonna
involve her more.
I do like that at least they're doing something with Violet's subplot because from what stemmed from Queen Charlotte, and her garden is now in bloom. She wants her garden to be explored or whatever. But crazy. I like also the twist of like her kind of falling for Lady Danbury's son or brother.
I thought it was the son too, girl.
No, brother. When we know that Lady Danbury got with Violet's dad in Queen Charlotte, but Violet doesn't know that. Like, it's a very interesting dynamic.
Oh gosh,
I do enjoy that a lot. I like that. I wanted to see. That's what I'm saying. There's too many subplots to navigate, and I understand that it's probably hard to write. Yeah. But like, hone it in on 3. Hone it in on a good 3, or maybe a good 4. Hone it in, guys. But speaking of people to hone it in on, I like Francesca. I think is someone that we should talk about. Yeah, we should definitely talk about Francesca. How do you feel about Francesca's?
I think Francesca,
as the actress, like how do you like the portrayal?
I think as of now she's doing a fantastic job, because I was talking to my cousin who's also a friend of Bridgerton, and she was like, "Who the hell is that?" And I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing because when you look back, but she wasn't. I guess we're very critical. We look at every single scene.
I didn't know Francesca well enough to be like, oh, they changed her, and
No. She was just like, who is this? Like, who is this character? Who is Francesca? I didn't even know there was a Francesca.
Really?
Yes, but I think that's not such a bad thing, because she didn't debut in Society. She was just there in season one,
like the other two young siblings, Hyacinth and Gregory.
Yeah, but I think as of now, her coming back from her trip from wherever she was studying, or I don't even know how that works in their universe.
I think it was only season one she was studying somewhere. It was for her piano. Like
it was exactly. So I think it's very good. Some people are saying that she like portrays some type of.
That makes me mad. Not that it makes me mad, but I just think that people are.
They want to label it. They want to
label it and take something
and run.
That I don't think is necessarily true. I think just because she's finding love easily, or there's no toxicity to it, that she has some sort of autism or something, and I don't think that's.
I think
I don't see that. I just think that people like.
People sometimes want to label things, so then they relate to her. It's like,
I'm not saying she isn't, like, maybe that is the writer's like process was to have her have that kind of tendencies, but I don't see that. I just think that she's very like it's like this is why I like Violet so much, their mom, is because she wants each and one of her children, no matter how different they all are, to find that true love and to like hone in on the true love. And in Francesca's case, it's more like she's just really laid back. She just wants to find someone to marry, someone that makes her happy.
I think it makes me sad that us as a fandom want to diagnose Francesca, because she's an introvert, because she likes quiet places.
She likes her music. She likes to be by herself.
And once again, maybe she is. But even if Violet herself never brings it up, like, oh my God, Francesca has
always been.
It's different. Yeah,
it's I don't think it's that. I really truly just think that, like, I think people think that love can't be love unless it's toxic and there's fighting and this and that, which is what we've seen from the first two seasons already. Yeah. And where Francesca meets this man and they're just happy in each other's silence. Like, that just means it's like easy. It's an easier love. It's a nicer love. I understand that the toxicity and everything is what draws people to a love story, makes you feel more engaged. Yes. But that's not how it always is in love. No. So that's why I feel like people are trying to use that. And I got that point from the guy that I was talking about. I watched his YouTube video. What's his name? I literally had him pulled up. Marshall Stannis. He has a video called Bridgerton season 3 part 1 is weird. Let's talk about it. And that's a good point that he brings up about Francesca's character. I feel like people are trying to just label her when there's different types of love. Like, not all love is going to look the same.
And not only that, I think as a society we've gone really, really comfortable that I've seen, like, we are now trying to diagnose, like, influencers or even our own friends will be like, oh, you might have this. It's like, maybe we do, maybe we don't, but why bring that up? Yeah. Right? Why bring it? I think I understand you want to relate to the character, but sometimes you can relate to them without knowing every single detail about them. And I think that is okay.
Exactly.
And even then,
without labeling them.
And even then, even this show is not historically accurate, being set in the Regency era. We see the issues happening in Queen Charlotte, and there was like, we don't know what he has. We see the treatments and everything. Like, if the tunnel were to find out that Francesca has something, Lady Whistledown unfortunately would write about that, and that would look horrible on the Bridgerton family. Like, I think there's a lot of context if the world of Bridgerton knows that with mental illness is not treated the way it is nowadays. It's not accepted.
She doesn't depict any signs of mental illness, though. She doesn't depict any signs of, to me, autism or something like that. And again, I'm not an expert on autism.
And it's a spectrum, of course.
I'm not one to speak on it because I don't have it, and I don't know anyone close to me who has it. From like the knowledge of things I've read and seen of the spectrum of autism, she doesn't show, like, it doesn't seem to be like the thing that's defining her character, because it's not about that. It's not about her possibly having autism or not. It's literally just about the way she's finding her love and her story. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be toxic. Love forms in many different ways. And for her, I really do believe she just wants to find something like, as of now, it seems like she just wants to get married, find something simple, and then focus on her music. You know, in that sense, I don't think she doesn't have the same, like, struggles that you saw Daphne having in season 1, where it's like she just really wanted to find, she wanted what her parents had, whereas Francesca knows what her parents had, but she doesn't really feel like that's achievable yet. You know, Daphne longed for it, and Francesca hasn't been shown that that's achievable at all. So that's why I think her story is interesting, and when we do get to her season, that she's going to be able to explore that. But I don't know her book, but I've heard it's really good. The Something We Were Wicked, he was wicked, something. So apparently there's like twists. So I've heard it's good. Because the guy that's introduced apparently, I don't think is Endgame.
Oh, interesting.
That's why.
But it's hard to know.
But I don't know because they change a lot.
They change a lot, exactly. So I think that's the initial thoughts that we have for now.
You never seen this? You never seen that vigilante shit Latina version? No. She needed whole cup. You never seen?
No. I need to be on TikTok more.
Stop! It's too funny, babe. Look, vigilante shit Latino. Where is it? I literally just heard it. That's annoying.
You remember the cover? Becky.
Not Becky brings a gun to school. Guys, out of context. Glee.
That is the craziest episode ever, man.
What the hell? Whatever, bro. This is annoying. I literally just had it. Whatever.
It was a light.
She needed hold hard proof, so I gave her some. She had the envelope. Where you think she got it from? And it's like that. Moviendo la cadera. It's behind it.
Okay, I can hear it.
That sounds stupid, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it. Anyways.
And so it's just a sped up vigilante
yes,
shit.
Yes.
Okay, you can just say that.
That's why I said Latino version. So I couldn't think of the song that was playing the background of it, like the Spanish. I think it's that song though.
Okay. But so I did confirm we did not record our reaction, so that's awesome. But with that being said, we are excited. To sum it up, we are excited. There's a lot of we won't be
long ass task.
I know it doesn't give me anything shorter. Like it wouldn't let me do it, but whatever. So yeah,
super excited for part 2.
Yeah, and we will be eating it up.
The critiques that we gave, we're still gonna watch it.
Eat it up. Yeah. Okay. For season 4, to wrap it up slightly, what trope do you want to see?
What trope?
At this point,
like what sibling?
We wanted Benedict to be season 3. We got Penelope.
I think season 4 might be Benedict, but it seems like they're setting it up for Francesca.
I think they're setting it up for Francesca too.
I don't know what kind of trope.
I don't know either. Okay.
Like a slow burn.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But wouldn't technically...
There's not like an initial passion between them, but it's like it grows.
It grows with them? Okay.
Yeah. And then Benedict, like I said, I know a little bit of his book.
The Cinderella.
Yeah, it's like a Cinderella story type of vibe where he's like trying to find this mystery girl that he thinks that he loves at the ball or whatever, but then ends up falling in love with her like in a separate way, but
doesn't know
that it's her, which for me is so stupid because
guy's eyes.
It's like Chad Michael Murray in a Cinderella story, you know, like Hilary Duff when she's wearing the small little.
And he's like,
boy, be serious, you couldn't tell that was her. The mask is literally this small. Oh my god, Disney.
No, but like I want it to be a full-on masquerade. Like she has to hold up like all. Like you cannot.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
And it's only the eyes.
Yeah. Maybe I'll read his book.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. But I sent you a screenshot on Amazon. They have there's a whole prequel series.
Oh yes, you did.
Of the Bridgertons, like not even Bridgerton, of like characters in the Bridgerton universe. There's one of Queen Charlotte, I think, Lady Denbury, Violet. There's a whole book on Violet and like 4 other women.
You sent it to me, right?
Yeah, in photos.
Yeah,
I don't even know how long ago I sent it though.
Interesting. Maybe it's about like Violet's family.
Do you think it's about each family of the ton?
I mean, it could be, but this one's called Because of Miss Bridgerton. Maybe that's Violet's.
No, Because of Miss Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Or Featherington. It could be the Featheringtons.
What?
Because of her, the cause. So it's someone else.
It's a prequel. I'm saying this could be about Violet, like her love story.
Really? 10 things I love about you. What?
I don't know what they're supposed to be about.
I don't know, but whatever. So if y'all want more lore, y'all can read that. But with that being said, that's enough yapping for today. Yeah.
What else?
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine in July.
Wolverine. Taylor in London. She got something up her sleeve.
We know that.
We don't know, but
we know. She got something.
House of Dragon season 2. House of Dragon season 2. Anything from the book department that I'm trying to think of. Oh, It Ends With Us.
Oh,
comes out in August.
We haven't even talked about that. When that movie comes out,
we'll talk about it when we talk. Actually, we'll do a little our thoughts before,
and then
because
after
we have thoughts,
and after once we've seen the movie, to see
how we should have reacted to that trailer. Actually,
we should. Wait, I haven't even seen the trailer.
Yes, you have.
I've seen the pictures. I haven't seen the trailer.
Are you serious? Don't lie.
I'm not. Why would I let it?
Well.
Okay, so perfect. Go follow our TikTok so you can see my reaction and her re-reaction.
Yes, we're gonna be reacting to a couple movie trailers.
So go follow our
movies
TikTok.
that are coming out this summer. So if you want to see our reactions to these trailers and our thoughts about the movies and what we're excited for. TikTok. Yeah. Go to TikTok. Go to Instagram. Go to
Yahoo.com.
No. TikTok and Instagram, same username on both Phantom Roamer Cafe.
And that's all we have for today.
That's really,
Hope you guys enjoy.
Thanks for letting us shit talk Bridgerton. No, I'm
just kidding. Sorry, Bridgerton, but we love you.
Give us your thoughts on what you think about Bridgerton Part 1. What do you think they did well? What were you expecting? Did they, live up to your hopes? What do you want for Part 2? Yeah.
Just let us know. Already.
Let us know.
Broadway?
That was
your name?
That was kind of good.
That was
kind of not good.
Anyway, bye-bye.
Bye.